Hello students, welcome to the e-learning platform presented by Mechanical Engineering Department of Dr. Bapuji Saloke Institute of Engineering and Technology, Kolhapur. The learning objective for today's session are: number 1, study of supercharging and turbocharging, the process of improving the density of air-fuel mixture and improving the efficiency of engine can be obtained by various methods. Here two methods, supercharging or supercharger and turbocharging or turbocharger, are studied or explained in this video. And second, study of EGR, that is exhaust gas recirculation. Study of exhaust gas recirculation. Exhaust gas can be used for can be recirculated and used for the supply of fresh air fuel mixture will be studied in today's session. Let us start with supercharging. The power output of an engine depends upon the air fuel mixture or charge that is admitted into the cylinder. Supercharging is nothing but forcing of mixture of fuel and air or air only into the cylinder during suction stroke under pressure with a compressor or air pump. Supercharger, in order to increase the mass or density of mixture admitted into the cylinder. The power and efficiency of an internal combustion engine are increased with the increasing compression ratio, speed of engine, charge density, and reducing exhaust temperature. A supercharger is an air compressor used to increase the pressure and density of air supplied to an internal combustion engine. Both SI and CI engine may be supercharged. The supercharging in SI engine is limited by the detonation of fuel, and whereas in CI engine it is provided to prevent the knocking and is limited by thermal and mechanical stresses. Practically, it is proven that the supercharging, the power developed by an engine, can be increased. Hence, an aircraft engine, a supercharger in an aircraft engine, a supercharger is used to increase the mass flow rate of air at high altitude, because atmospheric air pressure is low at high altitude. The supercharger in SI engine is mounted before the carburetor and is under pressure and should be seated sufficiently, which reduces the carburetor size. This compressed air supplies a great mass of oxygen per cycle of the engine to support combustion than available to a naturally aspirated engine. For this reason, supercharged engine are morely used in an aircraft engine. The objectives of supercharging are: number 1, to obtain more power from an existing engine when the greater power demand occurs. Maintaining the power output of an engine working at high altitude, such as aero engine, where less oxygen is available for combustion of fuel. Second, to increase more power output for a given weight and hulk of engine. Therefore, weight of engine per kilowatt is reduced. Increasing the existing power when the necessity of increasing its power arises, and reducing the mass of engine per indicated power developed. Third, to reduce the size of engine to fit in a limited space, as in marine application. And fourth, to overcome the effect of high altitudes in case of engine used for aircraft application and engine installations in the mountain. It is sometimes also again used to increase the mechanical efficiency of an engine to compensate the drop in volumetric efficiency in engine working at high altitudes or at high speed range. It is also used where having high air turbulence and more complete combustion of fuel is required, and smooth running of engine is also required. The main applications of supercharging are in aircraft engine, and nowadays it is also used in trucks and buses. The effects of supercharging engine on following parameters compared to SI engine and CI engine are: number one is the detonation. Detonation in SI engine, due to use of supercharger, the possibility increases of detonation. Hence, in SI engine, the supercharging is limited, and in CI engine reduces the possibility of detonation. So, in CI engines, the supercharger is used widely. For this reason, it is also used on heavy trucks and buses having CI engine. Second, combustion. Combustion is the rate of combustion is faster in SI engine, and it is proved to improve the flame and speed of the engine, whereas in CI engine combustion is complete and the combustion is full combustion. Third is the fuel economy. The fuel economy in SI engine is low, as lower thermal efficiency and greater fuel consumption, whereas in CI engine there is a better fuel economy and there is a higher thermal efficiency of CI engine. And last is the quality of the fuel. High quality of fuel is required in case of SI engine, and if not high quality of fuel is used, it may cause knocking or detonation, whereas in CI engine the regular quality of fuel could be used and can achieve higher or greater results. Next part is the turbocharging. About 30% of heat input goes with the exhaust gas. The exact percentage depends upon the type of engine and its operating condition. This exhaust gas is used to run a gas turbine. This gas turbine is directly coupled to a centrifugal compressor which supplies extra air to the engine. This results in extra power output of an engine and better thermal efficiency. The set of supercharger, that is compressor and exhaust gas turbine, is known as turbocharger, and the engine is known as turbocharged engine, and the effect is known as turbocharging. Turbocharger or turbocharging is a type of force induction system whose function is same as that of supercharger, and it is one of the method of supercharging. Therefore, it is also known as turbo supercharging. The turbocharger uses the exhaust gases from an engine to run a turbine, works like a gas turbine, which in turn turns the compressor as discussed, and the compressor supplies the extra air to the engine. Turbocharging, as said, has the charger or the turbocharger rotates at a speed of up to 1,50,000 rpm, and the exhaust from the cylinder passes through the turbine blades, causing the turbine to spin. The more exhaust that goes through the blades, the faster they spin. As the more exhaust gas is used, the more fast they try to spin. Advantage of turbocharged engine is that supercharger does not absorb power from the engine itself, but some energy of exhaust gases is converted into mechanical energy in exhaust gas turbine and is used to drive the compressor. The main advantage of turbocharged engine is that it does not uses the engine work or does not uses engine power to rotate the compressor, whereas in supercharger the engine power is used to rotate the compressor. Students are requested to write the difference between the supercharging and turbocharging as it is asked in MSBT examinations and also for your oral practicals. Next point is EGR, that is exhaust gas recirculation. EGR is a pre-treatment technique widely used to reduce and control the oxides of nitrogen, that is NOx emission from a diesel engine. EGR control the NOx because it lowers the oxygen concentration and flame temperature of working fluid in a combustion chamber. The exhaust gas recirculation system, the EGR system, allows a small amount of exhaust gas, that is less than 10% of the total, to be routed into the incoming air fuel mixture, diluting the air fuel mixture with the steady burn gases, reduction of flame temperature. Because there is very little free oxygen left in exhaust to support combustion, reduces the rate of NOx formation. Metering the valve provide a means of varying engine's compression ratio. As shown in figure, the EGR valve controlling the amount of exhaust flowing back into the intake. In this, we can see the fresh intake of air taken into turbocharger by means of turbocharger is given into the inlet side of an IC engine, whereas to the inlet side there is connected exhaust valve. Exhaust valve is connected with the help of EGR, that is used to control the gases, exhaust gases metering, and this increases as the load on the engine increases. The supply of exhaust gases to the intake air increases as the load on the engine increases. EGR is usually used in a diesel engine and works on high loads. When engine temperature reaches a certain point, the EGR temperature control opens and allows the vacuum to operate the EGR valve. Some EGR valve also have back pressure transducer that sends the pressure in exhaust manifold to change the amount of opening of EGR valve. The required amount of gases are taken and remaining are exhausted to the atmosphere. This type of EGR, this type of system, EGR system, is employed in CI engine and in heavy duty vehicles. Now let us study the diagnosis tools used for fault finding of a two-wheeler. The modern motorcycle uses advanced technology on electrical system, fuel injection, etc. So it is difficult to find faults with your bare eyes very quickly. The motorcycle diagnostic tools required in both service routine and problem solving are: number one is a scan tool. Scan tool is nothing but a electronic tool used to interface with diagnose and sometimes reprogram vehicle control modules. It is like a ECU in a two-wheeler. Its function is view ECU data, read / store fault codes from ECU, erase stored fault codes, display live parameters, run diagnostic test, and make certain arrangement. Second is AccuSmart charger. AccuSmart charger is used for diagnosis of short circuit, voltage peak of AC to DC, overheating, and voltage spikes. Third is power probe. It is used for diagnosis of speed, for regular maintenance and troubleshooting of an problem on electrical system. Fourth is multimeter. Multimeter is the device which we have used in our electrical lab. It is a necessary equipment to find where the fault lies. Multimeter with a easy read digital display, ideal for general purpose uses to measure AC and DC volt in ampere, ohms for your resistors and diodes or transistors. It is also comes with full set of lead and probes. Fifth is flue gas analyzer. It measures the combustion gases coming out of the exhaust and measures the pollutants such as nitric oxide, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide and particulate matter. It is also used sometime to for the pollution analysis of your vehicle. And last is a battery tester. A battery tester is an electronic device intended for testing the state of an electric battery, for checking the battery's condition, its capacity for the charge and any possible flaws in the battery's performance and security. These are the tools used for fault finding in a two-wheeler. So in today's session, we had a brief discussion about supercharging of engine, turbocharging of engine, exhaust gas recirculation, and diagnosis of an two-wheeler, or tools used for diagnosis of an two-wheeler. Usually, this is the last second part of the first chapter. In the next session, we can conclude that our first chapter is completed. Thank you.